If you think there's a super high likelihood this person's going to leave this Medicare Advantage plan in the first year, or there's a super high likelihood this person can't afford this MedSup for the first year, then you should be looking at another product. MedSup agents do it too. They'll try to cram MedSups down people's throats that probably won't be able to afford it. Medicare Advantage agents try to cram Medicare Advantage down people's throats that probably would have just rather as soon got a MedSup and paid for it. Be a diversified shop. We don't want to be a Medicare Advantage shop or a MedSup shop. We want to be able to write both of them when someone needs both of them, and not one of them doesn't pay more than others. You know, if it gets to the point where leaderboards affect, if I believe that leaderboards are affecting, what
Quality
you
of
guys
production.
do, I'll remove y'all from the IFG leaderboard. I'll remove you from Aetna's leaderboards. I'll take our leaderboard away, because that's not what we're trying to do. Y'all make money writing products, not by being the top of this list or the top of that list. It's fun, and I want y'all to be able to do it because I got to do it, but it shouldn't steer you too much. You know, it's one thing when it's, a cancer policy, they're $2 difference. But if it's steering to MA because I want to be at the top of the MA leaderboard, or steering to MedSup because I want to be at the top of the MedSup leaderboard, it should be whatever that client's going to keep the longest. That's how you should be looking at it. What are they going to keep the longest? So when they start to, say, everybody's telling me everything bad about Medicare Advantage, if you can write them a MedSup, I'm not saying that there's not times where you have to talk that person out of that, because sometimes Medicare Advantage would be better for their scenario, and they can't get a MedSup or whatever, and you have to go back to square one and explain it and push. But there's other times where if they're our MedSup client, or you can write them a MedSup, and they start talking bad about Medicare Advantage, okay, tell them what they want. You don't go in and be like, well, let me tell you why you should get Medicare Advantage, because, it just doesn't make any damn sense to do that. If you can write them a MedSup, why would you do that? The only reason you do that is if they cannot get a MedSup, or you cannot help them with a MedSup, and you can help them with a Medicare Advantage plan. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you want whatever on the other side, I want them to have a product with us, and I want it to be the product that they're going to keep for a long time. If you think there's a super high likelihood this person's going to leave this Medicare Advantage plan in the first year, or there's a super high likelihood this person can't afford this MedSup for the first year, then you should be looking at another product. MedSup agents do it too. They'll try to cram MedSups down people's throats that probably won't be able to afford it. Medicare Advantage agents try to cram Medicare Advantage down people's throats that probably would have just rather as soon got a MedSup and paid for it. We have MedSup customers that are paying $400 a month that don't want to change to Advantage. Is that stupid? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It matters what they're going to do.
Like that email?
Yeah, it's not about, that's a similar, case, but everybody runs into those. And so you just have to, it's two-pronged. One, we want to be the agent on the policy. Then after that, it's what policy are they going to keep the longest? Which one are they going to, and by keeping the longest, what does that mean? They're going to be happy and content with it. If you're trying to put them on something that they're not going to be happy and content with, then they're not going to keep it. Then that makes us look bad, because then they call it, with Medicare Advantage, they call it rapid disenrollment rate. So they're tracking how fast your people are getting rapidly disenrolled. Well, they associate that with bad business. They associate that with you doing bad, shisty stuff. So it flags you. Flags our agency, flags the individual agent. On Medicare supplements, they call it 13-month persistency. Somebody cancels in the first 13 months, goes against your overall persistency. MedSup companies and MA companies both also track 1, 2, 3, 4-year persistency. So they want to see, where's my fall off? Because they have an agent that all of his customers, when they hit 3 years, they're changing to another company. They know, okay, that agent probably rewrites all the business after 3 years. So when you go and start asking them for marketing money, they're looking at like, well, you're a less valuable agent for us because you don't let people stay on the books more than 3 years. Because they look at their point of profitability 4 or 5 years in. They really don't make any money the first 3 or 4 years. It's once you get to 4 years on. So anyway, just think about that stuff. You want that's the name of the game is to make them your client, and then keep them happy as long as possible. And love the one you're with, whoever you're talking to at that point. do your absolute best to make them really happy and a raving fan of our agency. And you know, that's what you should be doing. If you know, are there going to be people that you can't do that to? Yes. But normally when I set up a talk to anybody, I say, let's start by saying there's a rule and the exception. We're talking about the rule, not the exception. The rule is you can make almost everyone a raving fan of you. The exception is a few people are outright assholes. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones we can make raving fans. So go out this week and make raving fans. And that's all.
It's time to grow your agency like a guru. Introducing Go Guru Pro. The Go High Level platform allows for minimizing software-based subscriptions and grants control over several facets of marketing and communication. Automate your workflow, communicate with your leads, book appointments in advance, and house all your clients in one secure location. Visit goguru.pro and schedule your one-on-one demo today.